Are you thinking about buying property in the United States now that you've saved up enough money? Hold on. Watch this video first before you regret making the wrong investment. From flooding issues to rising crime rates, here are the 10 U.S. cities that are expected to be abandoned by their residents by 2025. Let's start with San Francisco. In recent years, a significant number of people have moved out of this iconic city, known for the Golden Gate Bridge, primarily because of the ever-rising cost of living. The rental market is becoming more expensive by the day, leaving many residents struggling to make ends meet. One of the major reasons for this is the city's geographic limitations. Surrounded by water on three sides and prone to earthquakes, San Francisco's capacity to expand vertically with high-rise buildings is severely restricted. This shortage of housing has driven property prices sky high, making San Francisco one of the most expensive cities in the country. The cost of living here is 23% higher than the California state average and a staggering 71% higher than the national average. Even though homelessness has slightly improved compared to 3 or 4 years ago, the situation remains far from ideal. The city has also undergone a process of gentrification, with an influx of wealth reshaping its identity. What was once a vibrant, diverse community is increasingly viewed as a playground for the wealthy. Many longtime residents feel that the city has lost its soul as it drifts away from being a hub of cultural exchange. Adding to the city's challenges, crime rates have been rising. For many, the combination of unaffordable living costs and these growing safety concerns has led them to search for better opportunities elsewhere, places that offer a more balanced quality of life. San Francisco experienced a 6.3% decline in population between July 2020 and July 2021, the largest drop among over 800 cities with populations of 50,000 or more. This translated to the city losing 54,813 people, and the trend shows no signs of stopping, with even more expected to leave by 2025. Over the past few years, many people have also been moving out of Santa Ana, the central hub of Orange County, California. One of the main reasons for this exodus is the ever-increasing cost of living across the state, particularly in Southern California. Soaring housing prices and skyrocketing rent in places like Orange County have left many residents struggling to make ends meet. Santa Ana, in particular, has seen a steep rise in home prices, pushing people to search for more affordable living options. And it's not just housing. Daily expenses such as groceries and utilities have also become burdensome for many. In the past, if someone couldn't afford to live in Orange County or the South Bay area, they might have relocated to a more affordable place like Tula. However, nowadays, many are choosing to leave the state altogether, heading to places like Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, and even Idaho, which has become a popular destination for those fleeing California's high costs. While Santa Ana has several industries, it doesn't offer the same diversity of job opportunities found in larger cities like Los Angeles or tech hubs like Silicon Valley. As a result, many residents have started seeking better job prospects outside the region, especially in booming fields like technology and healthcare. As of 2024, the population of Santa Ana stands at 310,304, down 7.76% from the 333,293 people who lived there in 2014. And this downward trend is expected to continue, with more people likely to leave by 2025. Next on the list is St. Louis, Missouri. Once hailed as the gateway to the West, this city has seen its fortunes reverse dramatically, now resembling more of a gateway out for those seeking greener pastures. Many residents are leaving the city in search of better opportunities elsewhere, taking with them traditions like the city's famous toasted ravioli. What was once a symbol of hope and opportunity is now facing significant challenges. One of the biggest factors driving people away is the high rate of violent crime. In fact, St. Louis was named the most dangerous city in the US by the BBC, with a shocking 2,082.29 violent crimes per 100,000 residents in 2019. Widespread poverty and racial segregation are believed to be key contributors to the city's struggles, with 194 homicides recorded in the same year. The situation worsened in 2020, when crime rates peaked to a 50-year high. Despite its rich history in blues music, sports, and food culture, St. Louis is grappling with these deep-seated issues. The city is also facing a growing homeless population, adding to its challenges. As of 2024, the population of St. Louis is estimated to be 277,315, a 1.58% decrease from the previous year. Since 2010, the city has lost more than 13% of its residents, and projections suggest that this decline will continue into 2025, leaving St. Louis quieter and more deserted with each passing year. Next on the list is Birmingham, Alabama, once known as the industrial heart of America's steel production. In its heyday, Birmingham was a symbol of the South's economic power, but today it faces a significant decline in population. The city's infrastructure has become worn and neglected, with its streets reflecting this deterioration. During heavy rains, potholes worsen, creating hazardous driving conditions and highlighting the city's ongoing infrastructure crisis. For many residents, the harsh summer weather and a struggling economy are the main reasons they are packing up and leaving. Once a bustling hub of industry and life, Birmingham is now slowly emptying as more people move elsewhere. Similarly, Jackson, Mississippi, has been grappling with long-standing infrastructure problems, the most pressing of which is its ongoing water crisis. The city has struggled to provide its residents with reliable access to clean water. Many have endured water that is discolored, contaminated, or delivered at low pressure. These water issues have made life increasingly difficult for Jackson's residents, pushing many to seek better living conditions elsewhere. Although crime rates in the city have improved in recent years, the persistent problems of poverty and poor infrastructure, particularly the water crisis, have cemented Jackson's place as a city losing its population at a growing rate. Next is Hialeah, a northern suburb of Miami, which has long been known for its rich Cuban cultural community. However, the city is now facing a serious challenge: the rising cost of living. Housing prices and rent have skyrocketed, leaving many families, particularly younger generations, unable to afford to stay. As the cost of living continues to rise, so do the frustrations of residents who also deal with heavy traffic congestion and stiff competition for jobs. As a result, many people are leaving Hialeah, looking for a more affordable and balanced lifestyle elsewhere. This population decline is expected to continue through 2025, further accelerating the city's demographic shifts. Moving on to El Monte, located in the densely populated suburbs of Los Angeles. This city is experiencing a sharp rise in property prices and rent, which has forced many residents, especially working-class families, to move out. Although crime rates in El Monte are below the national average, Economic pressures and limited job opportunities have made it difficult for residents to sustain their lives in the area. With worsening traffic and daily congestion, many people feel trapped in a cycle of stress, pushing them to seek more affordable living situations elsewhere. The city is expected to see a continued population decline through 2025 as these challenges persist. Now we turn to Aurora, Illinois, known as the City of Lights. Once an attractive choice for those seeking suburban life near the Chicago metropolitan area, Aurora is now experiencing a decline in population. Issues like unpredictable weather, increasing traffic congestion, and sluggish economic growth have made the city less appealing to its residents. Many are opting to leave Aurora in search of places that offer a better quality of life, fewer traffic woes, and a lower cost of living. As a result, this once thriving suburb is slowly losing its residents to areas that provide more stability and opportunity. Next up is Paradise, Nevada, a city that includes much of the famous Las Vegas Strip. While Paradise may not be as well known as Las Vegas itself, it is home to iconic casinos like the MGM Grand, Flamingo, and Bellagio, as well as a portion of Harry Reid International Airport. Once synonymous with endless parties and luxurious casinos, Paradise is now facing significant challenges that are driving its residents to leave. One of the primary reasons for the population decline is the high cost of living, particularly skyrocketing utility expenses driven by extreme temperatures and worsening drought conditions. The ongoing water crisis is especially severe, with the Colorado River, the main water source for the area, experiencing a prolonged drought. This has compounded the already precarious water situation for the entire Las Vegas region. In addition to these environmental challenges, Paradise also struggles with a lack of high-paying jobs, as its economy is heavily dependent on tourism. For many residents, the lure of more stable and diverse employment opportunities elsewhere has become too strong to ignore. In 2024, the population of Paradise was recorded at 184,161, reflecting a 1.49% annual decline. Since the 2020 census, the city has seen a 4.65% drop in population from its previous count of 193,150. And finally, we arrive at Baltimore, Maryland, one of the oldest cities in the United States. Several factors are contributing to the exodus of residents from this historic city, chief among them being the high crime rates, particularly violent crime, which has left many residents feeling unsafe. Interestingly, in the second half of 2024, Baltimore saw a significant reduction in violent crime, with non-fatal shootings and homicides both dropping by more than 30%. Historically, Baltimore has averaged nearly 130 homicides in the first 6 months of each year since the 1970s. However, as of last Friday, the city had reported 92 homicides for the year, marking a 36% decrease compared to the same period in the previous year. Despite this improvement, many still feel that the city's leadership is not doing enough to effectively address public safety concerns. Moreover, while Baltimore's healthcare and education sectors are relatively well developed, many residents are leaving to pursue better-paying jobs in nearby cities like Washington, D.C. or Philadelphia. Education is also a key issue, with public schools in Baltimore often underfunded and understaffed, leading to dissatisfaction among families with children. On top of this, the city's infrastructure is in dire need of attention. Baltimore's roads and bridges have seen better days, with the Key Bridge, a critical transportation link, in disrepair. While debris from the bridge's partial collapse has been cleared, full repairs are not expected to be completed until 2028, adding another layer of frustration for the city's residents. All these factors, crime, job opportunities elsewhere, educational shortcomings, and crumbling infrastructure, have contributed to Baltimore's continuing population decline.